welcome to Cablevision HD. I am Complacent Badger,
I am Gympy.
and we are here for another game.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. This one's not so pretty. I know a lot of my games aren't pretty. This one falls firmly in that category.
So this is this is the Gympy's Left 4 Dead, the Undead, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're an orc team, and basically how every orc team ever is run, without a troll and without a goblin.
Yeah. It is super weird to go up against an orc team that is not run by a very specific coach. Whose name I
Masrak?
forget. By Masrak. Because all I've done is play against orc teams by Masrak.
Yes.
And this is the worst case scenario for me on offense.
Mm-hmm.
I engage as much as I can on the line. It takes as much space as I can. Cool. Perfect defense. So let's just put those fours right up there where I can't get around them.
That perfect defense comes up way too often for me to ever do that.
Yeah.
Because it does really, really mess up your drive if that happens.
Although, to be fair, he didn't engage nearly as much as I probably would have. I think for me, I'm putting those 4+s right on all those receivers.
Yeah. So it did help you that he did not make it the worst case scenario, but yeah, I just don't put on the line anymore.
Yeah. I also made a mistake, for those who noticed. There was a ghoul on the line instead of that other skeleton, because I am a dumb. Really wasn't just paying attention there.
Yeah. But it's okay. You're going to hit him with the white. No big deal.
Yeah. I think
maybe
I
not.
don't hit him with the white. Now, the smart move here would be to hit with the white and then end the turn. So, obviously, I don't do that.
I mean, you haven't blitzed
maybe I do
yet.
hit with the white. Okay.
Oh, setting some... Is it a faux receiver, or are you actually looking for... Man, it has been raining every game.
Especially mine.
Yeah.
I think every game I've had, it's been raining. And that's about the worst thing that could happen right now. I tried to get at least a push so I could get a second receiver downfield, because I cannot handle him just,
Being there.
Yeah, well, like, if he circles the cage, I'm screwed. I
Yeah.
don't have the strength on all four corners to avoid this.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I need to pull off something. And instead, I lose a player. So being at player disadvantage right out the gate, as we learned last week in my game, is very bad. Especially because my team lacks talent
Yes.
in a lot of places.
This is going to be a tough game for you. I think out of the box, Orcs are one of the best teams.
And for matchup specific, this one is probably the toughest one for me, because it's one of the few teams where I can't get a strength advantage.
Mm-hmm. And that's... You desperately rely on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say his initial setup with that weird umbrella, I wasn't a fan. I think perfect defense was much needed for him, because his initial setup had basically his whole team in the middle of the field and left the wings wide open, and I was so happy. I was like, oh, this is going to be wonderful. And then it wasn't.
I am not looking forward to this matchup against Orcs.
Yeah. This is going to be one of those times where we had mentioned for your game this week, maybe we don't throw one dice against certain teams. This might be that team.
Oh, yeah. I think the only one die that'll be thrown are against his linemen.
Yeah. All right. Take the shot here.
I think the next time I play an Orc team, I'm taking a troll and a goblin.
Just to see what it's like?
I just nobody does it.
That's fair. There we go. So I have a receiver. I'm not entirely out of this. The potential exists that I can actually move downfield a little bit. He's engaging the mummies a little bit, which he can afford to do. That AEV is really good for Orcs.
Yeah, I think as the Orc coach, I think I would try my best, especially since those Black Orcs didn't start engaged with the mummies. I would have tried to whittle down your weaker players, then go after the mummies.
And KO.
But it looks like he's throwing the Black Orcs against the mummies. So I guess my question is then, why didn't he just start the Black Orcs on the line against the mummies?
Yeah.
If you were just going to re-engage anyways.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Getting good hit here.
Because then at least on your turn, you would have probably gotten at least one of them to throw a 2-die against the mummy by getting 1 or 2 guys on the side.
Yeah. So he's playing real aggressive here, which is not a terrible idea given the position he's in, and the fact that I don't have a lot of players standing up right now.
Yeah, the player advantage is definitely starting to go. What are you looking at?
Well, and like it's 2 players, which for an unskilled team is monumental.
Yes.
But the big thing here isn't the 2 players. The big thing here is the 2 players are my receivers.
Yeah.
So I can't pull them away.
Yep.
I just have no agility on the field right now.
Yeah, your other receiver that's available that isn't holding the ball is now stunned.
Yeah.
So you're looking at basically he just gets to do whatever he wants to you.
Yeah.
And luckily,
failing 2 3+ dodges is very poorly timed right now for me.
Luckily, his Black Orcs don't have block, so he still does have risk associated with going up against you.
Yeah.
But he's taking that strength advantage. He is pushing you closer and tighter together.
Yeah. And like the best chance I have right here is likely going to be like a desperation pass or try to get something swept out, and I just cannot get the distance to do it.
God, these Black Orcs are an unstoppable wall. They're just one space every turn, getting closer and closer to that ghoul.
I mean, usually that's me just going the other direction because of those mummies, so, you know, big ups, man.
Yeah, those mummies are getting pushed around like they're nothing, man.
But I mean, that's the advantage of having the extra couple of players is, you know, you can have those couple of guys engaged with the mummies, and there's literally no strength advantage anymore at that point.
Yeah.
And of course, when I try to blitz to see if I can do something to spread these guys out.
That was a good dodge.
Oh yeah. I mean, at this point, I know that the best chance I have is trying to spread things out. So if I have to take some bad dodges to do it, and his position on players has just been on point this whole game.
Yeah, he's getting assist and he's tagging you at the same time.
Yeah, he's playing extremely well. I don't know how much experience Otto has playing Blood Bowl, but he plays like a very experienced coach. But you know, this is his first season with us.
Yeah. Other than a couple just coaching differences, not anything that I could say is objectively bad. It's just other than a couple of those, he's playing amazing. I think he didn't have a reroll last turn when he chucked that 1 die against that mummy. I don't know if I would have done that because that could have easily, no pun intended, unraveled his defensive line. But it worked in his favor, and now he's at this point. I don't think you're going to be able to easily turn this back onto him.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the best chance I have, and that's going to be move someone as far away from his guys as possible, and then go for the scatter pass.
Yep.
At this point, because he's so far in, and this is why we encourage taking or getting a safety even when you feel like you may not need it.
Because it makes this kind of play not easy.
Yeah.
Not easy to take.
Yeah, and I can't afford a fumble pass, so I will re-roll the hell out of this.
Yes.
The difference here between a scattered pass and a fumbled pass is monumental.
This was literally just your ghoul tumbling forward desperately and then just chuck the ball without looking. Just get the ball forward.
And honestly, if that ball moves 1 space forward, he can't get to it.
Yep, and he overcommitted over there on you. I definitely would not have gone for picking up the ball.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. It works out with the reroll. 100%, he should have just marked that ball.
Yep. And I am surprised he is taking that Black Orc to line after seeing that.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he's taking the blitzer over there too. So, go for it, man. All right, well,
Lots
you gotta
to go for it. And you know, especially without the reroll though, like does he need to? Like, yeah, there's a potential blitz there, but
yeah, I think I would have gone with that lineman blitz before I would have done that go for it to
Because
tag.
even if I decide to one die him, which I still have the opportunity to do just with a dodge, that's a guy with block. Like, I don't think I worry enough to just. I want to minimize the dice I have to roll right here. But yeah, he definitely was in a position where if I got lucky on that pass or if that ball scattered just 1 or 2 spaces forward, he was in rough shape. And that was probably the one thing. He played great defense, but if there's one thing I would say change, it would be maybe you don't need every player on the line.
Yeah.
You need most players on the line, and then leave 1 or 2 safeties back there just to prevent that from happening.
Oh, it literally could have just been one blitzer back there, and it wouldn't have been so risky to grab it. Now, we're saying all this, literally seeing you that everything has gone correctly.
Yeah.
But just because it went well didn't mean that was the best odds for you.
Yes, exactly. Don't confuse the results with the statistics that lead to them. And then, of course, I failed to dodge, because if I'm going to do anything, I will, and I think I called it in this game and the last game, where I was like, I will fail every dodge I have to make, but I will succeed in every bullshit dodge that really helps me.
So that Skelly pen would have penned a zombie as well, so that's wouldn't have helped.
As we continue our season-long journey to determine which is better. Just so you can remind me that taking 2 zombies was a waste of money.
I will never say it's a waste. I think, we'll talk about it over and over again. I do think zombies have their place, and that place is on the line. I like the way that you did it, where you grabbed 2 and 2. I think that's the smartest thing to do. I am not a smart coach. I take 12 Longbeards. So I'm the kind of undead coach that would be like, 16 skellies, please!
Perfect! 20,000? How many can I get?
Team Spooky Scary Skeletons.
If we did an entire league of 1 to 16s, I might commit to that.
I mean, I'm down to do a goof season where we only do 1 to 16s and we say no dwarves.
Yeah, but that said, like, yeah, Master Moose is gonna get like dwarves or Amazons or someone who's like 1 to 16 actually has talent.
Yeah. I guess it is 0 to 16, but 1 to 16.
Master Moose does not like losing, for anyone who's new to the league.
No.
That's not his jam.
Well, it's not even that he doesn't like it. I don't think it's in his nature to lose.
That I would believe.
I don't think
I've played against the team. They're terrifying.
I don't think he understands loss.
What do you mean? What's this L word you keep using?
Like, and his rolls aren't anything impressive or detrimental either. Like, he rolls pretty neutral for the most part. So it's like, you can't blame it on anything like that. He's just a damn good coach.
Yeah, no, he is, if not the best coach in the league, he's definitely one of them.
I would say best. I think squarely best. I think the only coach that gave him a running was Ducky Shoes. And she's... Like, she was one of those coaches that, like, started low, but then shot up and became amazing.
Yeah. I will say, I'm not entirely sure... Oh, never mind. I know exactly why I did that. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why I blitzed that guy. Never mind, I know why. Because the ball carrier doesn't have the movement to get to the end zone.
Correct. So you were just making sure that guy is going to have a hell of a time getting there.
Yeah. Definitely one of those things. Apparently I knew that in the time. But I definitely just rewatched it. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Even though I'm not actually doing commentary in the game and we're just babbling about nonsense, I was looking and I saw that. There we go. Yeah, I was pretty sure that his ball movement was nothing more than a show of force, because I did not see that touchdown being a thing.
Yeah. He technically had the movement, I think, even with that pass. Like, even with that push, I think he had it. I think I had to get a knockdown to prevent it.
Okay.
And you know, 3 players may not seem like a lot, but it is huge.
Right.
I did come into an internal debate here about whether or not to leave the mummies on the line, and or whether or not to just feed my zombies and my skellies to them.
I don't think you gain anything from putting those. Like, if the lion, if you know, if your skellies and zombies had block, I would say yes. But you might as well make the Black Orcs work a little tougher by putting the mummies there, because as we've seen, he is willing to throw one die at those mummies.
Yeah.
And I think that's your only chance at getting those Black Orcs off the pitch, is him messing up a block.
Gotcha. Yeah, because my thought on it, of course, now it stops raining.
Yeah.
The best time for me to stop raining, right
Yeah.
when he gets the ball. Because my thought is, I don't
I mean,
want to necessarily give him 3 shots at my big guys.
Yeah.
Because those are the most important players of my team. To include the wights and the ghouls, the mummies are the most important part of my team because that's the equalizer.
Yeah, but dude, they're the highest AV on your team, the highest strength. It's their job to get hit. Like, I get it. It's unfortunate if something were to happen to them, but it's least likely to them, and it also makes the game harder for him. You gotta make those big guys do what their job is.
Gotcha.
You know, and this comes from the guy that doesn't use big guys, but when I do, I literally don't use them. I put them in position and I go deal with them.
Yeah.
Mummies are actually good. You can play with them.
That is a huge benefit to the mummies. Alright, so I've got some wing presence here. And for anybody wondering why I keep harping on Badger here, on Complacent Badger for protecting wings, it's stuff like this. Because I actually have a chance here. He now has to pay attention to the school for 2 reasons. 1, if he loses the ball, that's potential receiver to score. And 2, if he leaves himself open in the back, now I have a blitz in.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but it is enough. And that's
Well,
all I need.
I mean, and also in my defense with my dwarves, I can't get as far as you do.
That's true.
Like, I get the wing defense, but being able to like engage from the back, my dwarves cannot.
Yeah.
Like, it would take me 2 or 3 turns just to get back there.
Yeah, but for you, what I'm saying is on offense, having that guy on the wing.
Yeah.
Because here, he has the movement to move around.
Yep.
And he could have closed that wing off and didn't.
Yep.
So to me, that is one of the reasons why you, as a slow movement team, want it. Because if I get back there, it's a lot harder for you to recover if I start engaging those guys. Similar to like when players do that to my zombies.
Honestly, and I totally agree with your theory with every team except mine, because I'd rather them attack me at different angles. Like, having guys in the back means that my 2 guys in the back can actually throw blocks.
That's fair. You do want to maximize the blocks. That's fair.
So I don't mind them encircling me, because that's kind of the fight that I want.
Fair enough. That does make sense, because you do want to engage as many blocks as possible.
Yeah. Again, probably not the best way to win games, but again, that's not my strategy.
If anyone understands the strategy of not winning games right now, just to emphasize to everyone, we are not good coaches.
No. And look, like, I know you got stunned, but like, these mummies are taking a lot of Black Orc punishment with those Black Orcs not getting a lot.
That's 2 hits, and that's 2 hits that aren't on someone's squish here.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the team.
Yeah.
Except for the other mummy.
And that mummy gets to hang and fucking take out that orc, probably. Well, not probably. Maybe take out that orc. And then now you bring the skelly up to play that one. Look at that. Look at that elf defense. So good.
I am the most agile of elf defenses.
Yes. Get that guy back. Oh yeah, my goodness, you're so good at this. See, this is the kind of defense that I was hoping to see Skaven and Amazons doing in
in some of the previous games.
Yeah, the first and second rounds. This is
and of course, it's the bash team that's in the agility defense.
Well, I mean, somebody has to be the weaker side, right?
Yeah.
Elves just tend to always be that. And so that's why I kind of call it the elf defense. But in this case, you are the weaker team, so you have to adopt this one space defense, because you can't reasonably let him throw as many blocks as he wants to.
Yeah. Exactly.
That is a commitment down there, but I guess you don't really have anybody.
Yeah, I don't have the bodies because I did try to go for that back pressure, which, debatable whether or not that was worth it. With at a player disadvantage, the strategy is probably, realistically speaking, probably better just keep everyone in front and slow everyone down.
With a player disadvantage, I think you definitely needed to adopt one space the whole time.
But I'm still a stubborn player, which is why I made the objectively poor decision to try to still keep that backfield pressure in there and see what happened. So now we're just going to see bullshit dodges. And because
If
they're
only,
not
if only
the
it was a
most
skelly.
Why would being a skelly help me there?
You wouldn't have to do a go for it to get a.
Oh.
I mean, not that it would have been a great idea to do 2 dodges to get a 2 die, but it would have been an option.
Yep.
And honestly, I might have done it and thrown the blitz from the skelly.
Still would have been 1 die anyway. The other guy's not engaged. There's no other angle to hit.
No, I would have dodged with the ghoul because he has dodge into position for the assist, and then blitz with the skelly. I probably would have failed.
There's no other angle to hit him without it. Yeah, it's still a 1 die, even with him engaged.
Wasn't he right here?
Oh yeah, you're right. He was.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm just all the dumb.
Yeah. I don't think I would have made the skelly dodge had that zombie been a skelly, but a coin flip.
Yeah.
Alright, so he is going against the line, so it looks like he might be running this clock down.
Yeah, but if you don't think I'm going to do every bullshit dodge that it takes to try to get over there.
Oh, of course. You have to punish that kind of play. Oh my god, he caged you.
I don't know if he knows I'm not the ball carrier. I don't. Do you think he knows? Yep, didn't make that one.
I think I would have started moving my guys down.
I thought about that afterward. I was like, oh, I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I should have put people in position. But.
And I think I also might have dodged this ghoul away to avoid injury before going for the really bad dodge.
Oh yeah, no, I went straight. I was like, this is the only move that's gonna matter right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a to me that's like a not gonna happen. So I wait for it. You do the not gonna happen last. And it's not like you have a winning score right now to defend.
Excuse me, sir. I'm always at a winning score.
So first touchdown of the game. We are going into turn 14 on your side. Yeah. Ooh. This Orcs gave you a... Well, you know what? The good news, you didn't get, so far, any... Oh, nope, there's one. But that was just so badly hurt, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
And it's a skelly, not a big deal.
Yeah.
However, at least I got one of my ghouls back.
Yes.
That other fucking white, though, can fuck right off.
Yes, that's where he lives.
This is your home now.
Oh, that zombie's getting it.
That's going to be my receiver to score. That's how I tie up the game here, is by throwing it to a zombie.
Curious.
Spoiler.
Oh, it's one space, yeah. Yeah, he's not.
No, I'm not so bold as to just move her in one space and challenge Orcs.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I will, however, engage all these black Orcs. Here, hold
this. Yes. Again, curious as to why he did not engage with the black Orcs. Maybe it's just a standard setup, or maybe he has a plan.
Yeah. I still don't like this weird umbrella. I don't like it at all. Because I just got 2 free receivers down there. Like, yeah, he's got time to get down there, but you gave him so much space.
I don't understand what is to be gained by doing that. Is he trying to protect his Orcs? Because that's the only thing I'm seeing is protecting his blitzers.
I do wonder if this is a default setup. Like, if this is one of the standards, and he's like, okay, yeah, I've done this before, it works.
It would have been so nice to see at least a stun out of those 3 blocks.
Yeah. Any of them.
But you're going against Orcs, man. They are They are
It is a
hardy
heavy
dudes. They're as hardy as I am, so and he doesn't take a thrower, most orc teams don't take a thrower, they don't take goblin, they don't take troll, so
I would say I don't necessarily have a good matchup in this league as an undead team. However, the worst matchups are high AV teams. Like, I'd even rather go up against an agility team that I can't keep up with because, as we saw in week 1, pens are more likely to happen.
yes.
Whereas teams like dwarves and orcs and chaos are very tough matchups for me because I can't get that player advantage that I need so badly.
Well, and it's one of those things that your players have abilities, but those abilities are staying power, not necessarily any skills to be better players. So you pay for your ability to keep your roster steady.
Yeah.
Whereas for my team, I pay for a skilled out team.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hey, let's just fail that dodge. That'd be great.
Bye.
There we go.
Heyo.
And for those watching, the first one was a pass.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember doing that, and McFlappy noticed, and he was like, "Why are you passing? You mean handoff?" I'm like, "No, pass," because the handoff I needed to go into 2 tackle zones.
Yes.
Because as we cover every game, it seems like I am in the mindset of I want to get the ball to the receiver first and then move towards the end zone, as opposed to the other way.
Well, and not to mention the doing the handoff there is a guaranteed perfect pass to the dude taking the handoff that has -2 already.
Yeah, and that was the whole thought process.
Yeah, that is definitely the 100% the play to do if you were trying to go for a one-turn touchdown. Because you gave everybody the best rolls they possibly could have had.
Yeah.
It just happened, a one dropped.
Mm-hmm.
No,
and it was a low chance anyway, even with the additional thing. Like, it's still not a good chance to do that.
Well, I don't think you did anything that was worse than a 3+ out there, right? Because with that perfect, it turns it into. I guess it would have been a 4+ for that catch, for that last catch, which still fit. A coin flip. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, take that.
Especially for the chance to tie up the game.
Yeah, definitely worth it. And I tried one last ditch blitz that failed and I dodged. Yeah. But I mean, pretty even across the board for me. A couple extra 2s, but I mean, I don't think anything was too outrageously bad, honestly.
No, I think it was pretty even. The only thing
dodges might be a little low, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Some of them were.
I rolled a lot of bad dodges, so.
Yeah, I was about to say a couple of those dodges were pretty bad chance, so it's tough to say. Yeah, and I think those low rolls might have contributed to him not having any pens.
Yeah.
Or rather, you not having any pens.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, his rolls are pretty even, but I don't think he really. Like what? He attempted 1 dodge, failed, attempted 2 dodges, failed 1 of them. He did a lot of go for it's. Well, I think a lot of go for it's. 5 go for it's.
5 go for it's is a lot if you're not against the wall. 5 go for it's are a lot of go.
Well, and I think if maybe not one of those go for it's was done in that single turn.
Yeah, very possibly.
Where he got caught on the back foot. But I mean, his low pool because he had a lot of block dice. I mean, if we looked at the block dice.
Yeah, the block dice are going to be vastly different. You're going to see
those stumbles,
the exact opposite here,
the huge stumble results. Yeah, and I don't think you got a lot of blocks though.
No, I didn't throw nearly as many.
And you basically only threw pushes.
Yeah, that looks about right. That looks about right. Even this first page is just pushes.
Yeah. However, everything else is pretty even other than... But I mean, pushes are supposed to be double just about any other result, but this is about triple, if not quadruple, every other result.
Especially those fucking stumbles. Yeah, we don't need any of those.
So, looking at this, I think I think both coaches played well. I think there was a couple mistakes that the Pittsburgh Steelers did that kind of show the little bit of a green coach, no pun intended.
Yeah.
Um,
The only thing for me for him is that initial setup for him, leaving those wings open. And I think when he got a perfect defense and he got to reset it, that's the defense that you should look for frequently.
yeah. Well, so I would say that I think his initial setups aren't doing any favors, or at least I don't understand what he's trying to achieve. And then not running that safety. I think when you have a player advantage and you, especially with like black orcs on the pitch, just keep a one blitzer back. Especially with ghouls still being on the pitch, like that's scary. Ghouls on the pitch means you got to run a safety.
Yeah. And I can't punish you. This team can't punish you like some of the other teams can, but you can't afford to make that mistake with Amazons or with Circus.
Yeah,
Because those teams can and will punish you hard for leaving that backfield open.
and I
No play is over.
and I think for you, we talked about it briefly, but I think I would have just gone a one space defense the entire game. I basically would have never engaged. I I don't even know. I mean, maybe set up the whites. Well, you only had one white basically the whole game, but maybe a white and a skelly, because his wings were undefended, taking them to the back to try to open up behind because he was starting his black orcs away from mummies and then immediately walking them up, kind of just wasting their turn.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to worry about the black orcs stopping you. It was just the blitzers. But you could have, brought that fight behind and then just try to weather the black orcs. That's the only thing I would have done differently.
Yeah, I think once he had the player advantage, I think you're right. I should have gone to a more agility defense, and I think that would have been the proper route to go there.
Yeah. But good game. It was hard fought. It was a close game.
Yeah, great game.
All right. Well, we will see you on the next one.
Later.